Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and today is a special day. We are celebrating my friend Anna at Peace Craft Love and her 500 subscribers, although she's up to 600 by now I think, but I'm combining that with May I Scraplift You, and I'm scraplifting Anna from Peace Craft Love. And that is her Instagram account. You can also find her on YouTube with tons and tons of awesome layouts. She is part of the Scraplift Crafternoon with me on Sundays. So just a lot of awesomeness. So I'm using the Jen Hadfield Reaching Out collection. I have these two pictures of my grandma being silly. And there are a plethora of stickers left in here and a bunch of papers. So Anna has requested that we use 5 different things in her layout. One is texture paste, which I have right here. And this is distressed texture paste. Number 2 is a stencil, and I have this Buenos Dias collection stencil. 1 is a squirrel, or number 3 is a squirrel. Odd, yes. Number 4 is coffee, which you can incorporate anywhere. 5 is a shade of blue or aqua, and I've got these 2 different shades of blue, plus there's some blue in the paper collection. And I'm also adding a yellowy color. And then a bonus, because she was hitting 600 right before we were about to do this, is stitching. And she is definitely someone who stitches a lot in her layout. She stitches because she does quilting, I think. So I decided I'd do it. So here's my little coffee cup that I'm going to use from recollections. I will have to hunt down a squirrel from somewhere. So I have all of this mixed media, all these papers, some scraps that I want to pull in, and these 2 fabulous pictures of my grandmother and this layout by Anna. So let's see how this goes. So the first thing I did was get a white piece of paper, and I trimmed it to not even 11.5 by 11.5. It's closer to like 11 3/4. It's a really thin border because this background paper I used to cut some things out. And so it had a pretty thin side on one side. So I didn't mind that. I love that paper, and I was not going to let it go to waste. So I got my Distress Texture Paste in matte, and I just put a little, and I put it on really thin so it would dry quicker. I am very new to texture paste. Like, I think this is my 3rd layout with it, maybe 4th. I've had it for like 2 weeks maybe. So I put a little through at the top. I put some down on the side and bottom. And I'm not going to make you watch me do it all. I pretty much do the same thing. Just I'm not necessarily using that full pattern that's on that Buenos Dias stencil. But I want to get little bits and pieces in about 6 different places. And I'm pretty much stuck with the way that Anna has hers. Her stencil is more of like a little diamonds, but it's in the general location from where hers are. And since I have no clue what I'm doing with my layout, I mean, I have a pretty good clue because I've done a little bit of prep work, but I just decided I would do all the texture paste on the outside. So I thought I'd be really cool and do like the packaging technique through the stencil, and no, that didn't work. And I left this in because I just felt like, you can salvage mistakes. And so that's what I did. I got my watercolor paintbrush out and just tapped out some of the blue up here so that I wouldn't waste what was on that stencil. And then I thought I'll just paint the little spots, but I really don't like doing that. I wanted to have that stencil through there. So I just took the watercolor paintbrush and just started painting with the colors through the stencil. Now, I didn't care that they were lined up exactly with the texture paste, but I wanted it to be in that same pattern at least. Now, it's a little smushy, and it's not like a clean pull, but I'm okay with that. I just love that there is that different texture as well as the different patterns. So then after using, my Mermaid Lagoon, I used my Mowed Lawn, And they're both Distress Oxide sprays. And then after that, I pull out my Wild Honey. And those are the 3 colors that I felt were closest to the colors in this background paper and the paper that I'm going to use. The Mermaid Lagoon is a little more vibrant than the blue I use in the layout, but that's okay. It also goes along with the wanting us to use aqua or blue in her layout. So check 1 already for texture paste, check 2 for stenciling, and check 3 for aqua or blue. And look, there's some more blue. I cut these out on my Cricut. I loved this layout. It is just super cute. I love the file folder look. It's so neat. The only thing is, because I cut this one out with the heart on it, I needed to maneuver to where you could at least see parts of the heart, or it would kind of be pointless to have it there. Had I been like really planned ahead, and I did quite a bit of planning, I would have flipped that on my Cricut so the heart was on the other side, because the pictures that I'm using would have been better if I could have put the one that ends up on the right over on the left, just because of where people are in the picture. But it's all fine, and it ended up turning out super cute, and I do love this layout. It turned out so cute. So I put that stuff down and kind of get an idea for where I want it, and then I'm going to cut my pictures down. So this picture is my grandmother, who at the time was 94, and she was making funny faces behind my brother-in-law. And then the other picture is my grandma in the chair and my sister and her family making funny faces behind my grandma. And so I swear, this is the way my family is, and that's okay. I love it. We have since lost my grandmother, but her spunk is still in the air. She is a part of all of us. So I'm pulled out my scraps so that I could continue to follow through with my 2022 goal of using a scrap on every layout. Although I'd already done that because the background paper is a scrap from where I had cut some things out already. And some of the things that I ended up using to cut the little tags and file folder things are also from scraps. So this is how I'd love the picture to go, because underneath where that picture on the left is now is like a white cover or blanket that was on the corner of that chair. But I feel like it just does not work this way. Maybe because it's covering up more of the texture paste. I don't know, but like right there, you can see in the bottom of that bigger picture that there's that big white, I think it was like a pillow or a cover or something that was sitting on the corner of the chair. Sorry, my desk squeaks so bad. So, anywho, so it didn't work out, but that's okay. I still love the way that it turned out and how I ended up having to do it. So I am following through with the extra bonus of stitching. I just stitched on the little curve of one of the file folders, the blue plaid file folder, and I just used my paper piercer and pierced around the curve of that tab, and then used some pink thread that was already in my little sewing kit, and just stitched back and forth. So it's a full stitch. I don't know the names of stitches. Other than cross stitching when I was a kid, I've never really been a very big sewer. You can tell by my beautiful sewing kit, which probably came in a travel thing. So anyway, so this is the general idea of what I want to do with the tags. And I was going to put this tag with the house on it right here, but it comes in too far and you can see parts of it through the heart, and I don't like that. So I end up moving that to the outside, and I'm good with that. So I'm pretty much taping it down just like this, but I have to pull everything off so that I can get it done. And I am going to add one more little tag. And like I said, I cut all these out on my Cricut, and I just cut a bunch of them. So I have a little stash over there to the left, and they're in just different patterns from this collection. I just felt like these were super versatile and could be used on any layout, even if you're not, using like, file folders and stuff like I am here. And I love using these, and, a lot of sticker collections and stuff have them. So, all right, so this is me fiddling around. I've already taped everything down. I used double-sided tape since it was going to go on that mixed media. I wanted to make sure it had a good hold. So I put this picture of the 5 of them up at the top. And then I put this other one of my brother-in-law and my grandmother down lower. And you can still see the heart that's showing through with that really pretty leafy paper. I love that paper. The other side of it is gorgeous too. It's the houses. And I just got that at Joann's not that long ago because I love this collection. And I was almost out of it. And then I went to Joann's and they had a sale and I bought the paper pad and like 3 loose papers. I'll never knock out one of these collections because I just keep getting more of it because I love it so much. The first sets of collections that I started buying from Joann's are probably my favorite. And I just, until they're gone, I just keep buying them. So I get the paper, the paper pad out, the project pad, and I start looking to see what stickers I can work with. And I get this little happy face and it's got like heart eyes and it's super cute. And I just tuck it in right up here, right above where my family is making silly faces. And then because I brought that mustard in, I was going to bring it in again. But I don't. Actually, I'm looking on my layout now, and I don't think I bring that in again, except it is in some of the papers, like the florals and stuff like that. And then I pull these little word phrases off. One says grateful for you. One says let's party. And I put one on the tag up at the top where I'd stitched, not covering any of the stitching. And the other one down underneath the picture. And I'm going to pull some little gold hearts off and put those with the different things, as well as some little shiny gold florals. And I just put those in kind of some different places with the clusters. And I've also attached down these 2 stars. I made these for another layout that I did, and I did not end up using them, but they're from this collection, so I thought it was the perfect thing. The back of those are the dancing people, and that's, I did not have a need for that paper, so this blue text print says better together. Not that you can tell, because all you see is the toga, like it says toga. So here are the squirrels. I got them off of this little puffy sticker set that I found, and I just tucked them in behind, one behind the coffee cup and one up by the star over the little flower. They are not necessarily fitting at all, but they are super cute. I made sure to get cute little squirrels, and I just tucked those in just for you, Anna. And then I pull out this Catherine thicker set in gold, because I've already got some gold from the hearts and flowers. And I decide to use Love Your Tribe, and I put tribe down first right above the heart, and then just go up from there to where they're nestling in each other. And I love it. It's a little hard to see now, like looking at the camera, but in person it is not at all. I'm sure it's probably part of the shiny glare. And then I get the little gold heart that is on there, and I put that down over next to the picture. Yep, right there. And I make sure that the white is the full inside. I hate when I put things down that are have a hole in the middle and it's partially on one thing and partially on another. And then I just check it out to make sure I'm happy with it. And then I got to show you Anna's layout again, and then I'll show you close-ups. So please go down below. You will find a few things. One, all the people who are hopping along with this awesome hop. But it is not just a hop. It's a hop and a celebration and a giveaway. So Anna has a company called Peace Craft Love, and she sells some fantastic scrapbook supplies. And so she is going to be giving away I think it's a gift card. So please, please, please go check out everything below. That's where you'll find all of the ways to get in the drawing for the giveaway. And that is where you will find all the people who are hopping on this awesome celebratory hop. There will also be a list of people who are doing May I Scraplift You down below, so please follow them as well, because there are some super amazing creatives. Some of them are doing both, and so I hope that you will check them all out. Go check out Anna's Peace Craft Love website, and I hope that you all have a fantastic day. Love the ones you love, and happy scrapping.